What's up, everybody? Hard Pass Sports Podcast back in the building. How you doing, Remy?
Dude, what's up, man? Happy Tuesday, brother, man.
Happy Tuesday, bro. Yeah. Sorry about a couple minute delay here. Just had some business stuff I had to take care of. But we're here. We're ready to rock and roll. Remy, how would you say your weekend went?
I would say it was a pretty good weekend. I would say, sports wise, my the two teams I care about won. It might not have been pretty the whole time, but we came out with some dubs. Fantasy football is my good team is very bad and my bad team is very good. I don't know how that works out, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Other than that, pretty solid. And
Cool.
and I got to watch the left-handed God throw footballs again.
Tell you
which
what, y'all
made me
look
so happy.
y'all look so much better when he's y'all's quarterback.
I mean, it got ugly, but it still is. You can just tell. It's just different. It's just different when he's playing versus
For sure.
the other quarterbacks on the roster.
I agree. So, my weekend went well. Tottenham lost, but and also the Hawks lost to Charlotte, and the Panthers won, which is a loss for me now. But I will say, altogether, we look like a football team. All of a sudden, it was kind of scary looking.
I know you want to lose, but
You still got. I mean, when
there's
it's
got to be a
when you-
little part.
Oh, when you win, it's like, I mean, they look good. I don't.
Especially beating Tom Brady and the Buccaneers.
I also went 3 for 3 in fantasy. So, your boy, I think, is what 5 or 6-1
I don't want to talk about
in Dynasty. What's going on with you, man?
I don't want to talk about it.
What
I don't
in
want to
the
talk about it.
world?
I don't want to talk about it. I go look at points against.
Remy,
Like 70 more points against me than anyone else.
Remy, I'm
done.
I'm 6-1, bud.
Yeah, I'm 2-5, bud. I'm tanking.
And I started apparently a guy that didn't play last week.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in a hard pass league, I put up 140 something points with a 0-point player. That team is. I had to flex a tight end this week, and I put up 140 points. That team's not even good. I'm dominating in that league. Suck in the league. I got good players in. Doesn't make
That's
any
crazy.
sense.
I'm not looking at my lineup here, but yeah. So all in all, pretty solid sports weekend. I watched a bunch of different stuff.
How early did you have to wake up to watch Tottenham lose?
So actually, it was Sunday. They played Sunday, and it was 8:00 my time. So
It's not bad.
not bad.
Not bad. So good for you, bud. I know those 4:35, 30 mornings when they end up losing, it's got to be pretty tough.
Yeah, those are real whack of the knackers for sure.
It's a real shit way to start your day, bud.
Yeah, but it's cool. It's all in all. To be honest with you, the biggest dub I've had in a while was I kind of felt proud to be a Gamecock there for a little bit.
It's a weird feeling.
Weird feeling.
The
game was a weird game. Still not well played at times, but I will say you can start to see a little bit of. There is a couple ball players on the team, and Marshawn Lloyd's really good.
Yeah, he's a good player.
He's very good. We don't give him the ball enough. At halftime, they're like, well, we can't get Marshawn Lloyd going yet because their own offensive coordinator refuses to give him the ball.
Oh, man.
Which is
did you see? Okay, so did you see after the game, Marshawn Lloyd came out defending Marcus Satterfield? Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter. He was out there defending
him, and it was like,
boy.
He said something is like, he's doing a great job and all this stuff. And I'm like, I don't think you know what a great job from an offensive coordinator looks like.
No, because
it's like you are playing well.
Right.
But like, imagine if you had a good offensive coordinator,
Yeah.
Like maybe,
bro,
maybe there'd be something there.
we got a lot to get into. But yeah, so I think all together, everybody had a good weekend. By the way, shout out to each and every one of you guys. If y'all are on Facebook, for some reason right now, I wouldn't say it. I probably have to say it a couple times. If you're trying to comment in on Facebook, we cannot see them. And it does not pop up on we use a site called StreamYard for our streaming services. And they kind of funnel everything into one so we can bring up, I could bring up Wes's YouTube comment here. We can't see your Facebook comments. So that gives you every more reason to go subscribe to YouTube and sign up if you don't have an account, and you could talk and we could see your comments through YouTube, because we don't know when it's going to get fixed. They said that they sent out a thing to Facebook. They're working on it. We're not exactly sure how long that process is going to take. So I was wondering why we haven't been getting a lot of Facebook, interaction and stuff. So that makes a lot more sense. But yeah, man, I guess
Damn.
What's up?
Oh, that just reminded me.
Yeah.
Who is always on Facebook in our comment section?
He better be on YouTube right now. That's what I was going to say. Where to start? What's a better place to start than the South Carolina Built for Depression? There he is.
There we go.
What up?
There we go. Built for it, baby.
South Carolina, Texas A&M. South Carolina has never beaten Texas A&M. I think they were 0-8 or something.
0-8.
0-8. Coming into the game, I said if we beat Texas A&M somehow, we will be ranked. And lo and behold, Texas A&M decided to spot us 17 points. And we needed every single bit of that. But all together, we're going to talk about it.
Oh, we're going to talk about it. We don't get this a lot, so we're going to talk about it.
South Carolina at home, night game. I will say the crowd was rocking. It was actually it was close to sold out. Mm-hmm. And we won. I mean, that's all you can really say about the game, honestly. The game was a weird game. The kickoff return for a touchdown, them just refusing to understand what a snap count was. They had so many false starts. The center snapped the ball over and over again when they wasn't ready. It was just a weird, not well-played game by Texas A&M. Texas A&M is a very strange team. If you go back and look, they've lost Appalachia State at home. But then they bounced back and they beat somebody worth a damn. I forgot who.
Take a look here. Miami.
They beat Miami.
And then Arkansas. Gave Alabama all they wanted.
Gave Alabama all they ever wanted. And then they come to South Carolina, and they kind of just fall flat on their face to start off the game. But they bounced back. The quarterback was a warrior. Man was getting beat up back there. They had to start 3 freshmen on the offensive line. Just all kinds of problems. But South Carolina somehow prevails. They let them go all the way down the field, kick the field goal, recover the onside kick, have 2 Hail Mary attempts, because that's how South Carolina has to win a football game.
We talked about this, Terry.
On the hands team.
On the hands team. In no world, in no universe, I don't give a shit if we're in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Right.
In no world should your punter ever be on the hands team.
Yeah, y'all probably missed it, but number 39, Kai Kroger, had 2 gloves on. It was on the hands team.
They shockingly, they kicked it at him.
They recovered it.
What?
Yeah, pretty weird.
I mean, maybe he can catch, but he didn't know what the hell he was doing. He didn't make a play on the ball. He just stood there and waited. And I was like, was that our punter? Was that our punter on the hands team?
Punter on the hands team.
Sure enough. We gave that up, and I'm like, this is classic South Carolina football. I'm like, just waiting. I'm waiting. Then I saw the first Hail Mary pass. I'm like, oh, he can't throw it that far.
Yeah, no. He can't.
I was a little more relieved. I was like, oh, he came up like 30 yards short. I'm
Yeah.
all right. We got this one in the bag.
They made him like sprint right.
Didn't come close.
And you know what's crazy? The craziest part about it is I can now go to NCAA tab on ESPN, click scores, and not have to change the top 25 tab to the SEC or anything. Because guess what, baby?
We're there.
We're built for it.
We're there, baby.
We're built for it.
Ranked, baby.
What is it?
Did not expect to see that this year.
Honestly, no. Far from. I can't believe it, honestly. I was thinking, like, in the beginning, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, we may never be ranked again. Honestly.
Right. It feels that way.
Carolina Twitter did the Midnight Yell tweet, which was the troll.
I heard something about the Midnight Yell got done at like 9 o'clock. So they might have like cursed themselves coming into this one. I heard it wasn't done at midnight. I can't confirm, but that's what I heard.
Now, it will not be South Carolina without me having to worry about Missouri coming to town and us laying an egg. Right. But I will say we should beat Missouri.
Dude, it's like I'm sitting here and I have put the realist hat back on. Mm-hmm. And I sit here and I'm like, damn, dude, like we're ranked. We're 5-2. Did not expect to beat Kentucky. Did not expect to beat Texas A&M. We're sitting here 5-2. Missouri and Vanderbilt, very winnable games. Those are very winnable
very games. Losable games as well.
But we're also the University of South Carolina, and we could very well lose both of those games. Yeah. But you can't help but sit here and think to yourself, okay, if we take care of business and we win those two games, we're going to be sitting at 7-2.
Go into Florida, who is 7-2,
and Florida's beatable. Florida's beatable. They're better than the other.
This is the classic South Carolina.
Oh, it's the hope, dude.
I'm telling you, it's the hope that kills you. But what I'm saying is, if South Carolina can just somehow beat Kentucky on kind of a semi-base, every year, the schedule opens up a little better. When we beat Kentucky, we're like, okay. Wait a minute. Now A&M is kind of coming in limping. Maybe we can get A&M. We got A&M. I mean, as much as I am the first person to say if we're good, we're good. If we're bad, we're bad. And to be honest with you, right now we're kind of a middle of the pack team. We're very bad on offense. I think we could be better on defense too for the amount of talent we have. We have Marshawn Lloyd. I think we have one of the best special teams in the country though. That's kind of our calling card.
It should be. Beamer ball.
So that really helps us out. But I mean, altogether, I was watching these other teams play. I'm like, they're terrible too. Like, there's a lot of like bottom tier ranked teams that are like not great either. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. It's pretty freaking cool though. And you know what? I don't care. South Carolina will now. If we can build up I'm telling you, South, please, I'm begging you. Listen, I'm begging you. Win these next two football games, please. The school needs it. The fan base needs it. That Florida game at Florida, if we somehow win that football game, that Tennessee game is going to be the craziest football game ever because the fans are going to finally have hope again. But
right. It's going to
Also, dude, I'm not saying we're going to beat Clemson because that's clearly not going to happen, but they're beatable this year. I don't care. I've watched enough of them play football. I'm definitely not saying that we're anywhere close to the amount of talent. That defensive line for Clemson has like 5 NFL players on it, but that means they're too deep, also loaded. But I think altogether it is kind of. I'm good. I'm ready
for the smile on your face right now.
I'm ready for the game. I'm telling you,
from the South Carolina Gamecocks.
It's the power of the tattoo,
South
baby.
Carolina Gamecocks brought a smile to your face.
Hey,
Terrence Beard.
We're 2-0 since I got this on my skin.
Strange times.
It is weird. And honestly, if you watch them, like we watch them, they still make you laugh because they just do a bunch of dumb shit all the time. Marcus Satterfield is still terrible.
It's like I'm not gonna lie. I'm sitting here 5-2 with the potential to be 7-2 here soon, and I'm like, dude, they do some shit where I'm like, this is a bad team. This team kind of sucks.
This team is hilarious.
Sometimes we're hard to watch, and it's just like we won the game. We won. We tried everything we could to not win it. The interception return, it's like 6 people to one Texas A&M player. Block the one dude, and it's a pick 6. Nope. Just let us celebrate and run it up the sideline, not blocking the one guy that can make the
first and goal on the 5. I mean, what would your play call be?
Not what we did. I think
so.
I would, you know what?
Would you do a? I
think I would go toss the Jordan Burch pass.
Well, it's kind of what we did. We did a fake end around. So we motioned the guy, fake end around, pump fake the screen, Remy, and then tried to do a shovel pass.
Is that bad? I
don't know about you, but I don't even know how that would look on paper. How could you coach the players to do that? All right, guys, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do a fake end around, pump, bubble screen, shovel pass. Coach, where am I supposed to be running?
What?
What?
Oh, yeah, we need our offensive line to block during all of this.
Yeah. Which, by the way, to be fair, they kind of been stepping up a little bit. You know, I don't think it's a coincidence, by the way. I'm just saying. On the slate this weekend, of course.
I forgot our offensive line coach had to leave.
Yeah, for health reasons. He was about to send me to the hospital.
Yeah, for my health. It wasn't anything to do with his health. It was for the fan base's health. We had to get him the hell out of there.
Kind of a soft. Well, Tennessee plays Kentucky at Knoxville.
I mean,
that's
Tennessee right now looks like a wagon.
That's a decent. But I mean, Kentucky, they still have they're still Kentucky, and they still have sneaky good defense. Oklahoma State plays Kansas State, Florida, Georgia. Even though Florida's not great, they're not. You know, that maybe we'll see.
It's a rivalry game in the SEC. We'll see.
Ohio State plays Penn State.
That's a good one.
Ohio State's a 15.5-point favorite. Let you know about that conference.
Yeah, pretty top heavy, huh?
Dude, how about your TCU? 7-0.
4 straight ranked opponents. Down the drain, baby. We're back.
Yo,
I'm a little upset. Okay,
TCU don't get no respect, dude.
None, dude. That's what I'm saying. Dude. If that were Texas or Oklahoma,
they'd be like top 4.
They're top 4. They're top 4, guaranteed. If Texas or Oklahoma had beaten 4 straight ranked teams and were undefeated, they'd be top 4, 100%. It irks the shit out of me to my core. This team never gets the respect they deserve. I'm just glad they're back, dude. Holy shit! Like I thought it was over. I thought it was over, dude. I was like, TCU had that run. It was good while it lasted. Gary Patterson's gone. That offense is wild. They can score fast. They were down 28-10, ended up winning 38-28, and it was like that, dude. They were back in it. They're nuts. They're a lot of fun.
It's gotta feel cool to see both your teams in top 25. It's kind of cool.
Never thought I'd see it again. I didn't know if I'd see either one of them in the top 25 again.
You're like, I kind of fucked up.
I'm just like, I like bad football. Let's get it.
So yeah, exciting times in college football. Hey, did you see all the players that's leaving the Yee agency or whatever? Yee's agency?
Yeah.
Donda Sports or whatever.
Yeah, I saw it. First off, can we be real for a second?
Kanye West is a wild man.
Let's just look outside of all of that. Me and you, I think one of the main reasons we love doing this is we get to say like the shit that should be on everybody's mind.
Mm-hmm.
If you're Aaron Donald,
why are you tagging?
Why the fuck are you on Kanye West's agency?
Yeah.
In the first place. You're Aaron Donald.
Dude, you know he's one bad Friday away from losing his shit.
Dude, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, before all this, like, yeah, it's Kanye West. He's iconic, dude. What does he know about what did they know about being sports agents?
Yeah.
Like, what?
You see Adidas drop Kanye?
Yep. Adidas dropped him. Aaron Donald left Donda. Jaylen Brown from the Celtics left Donda. I mean, it's all crumbling down at Kanye's feet. But Kanye's
I think Kanye wakes up every day. Honestly, I know we're not talking about sports right now. He wakes up and goes, how far can I push the limit?
Yeah.
Before shit just starts fucking up. Because that's what he does. He pushes the limit.
I mean, we've seen it for years, though, dude. We've seen that his mental health is not there. And we as a society just like rode the roller coaster. And now he's saying a bunch of offensive shit and people are shocked. I'm not shocked. He was losing his shit years ago, dude.
Yeah.
Like, clearly we saw this coming, but we as a society were like, oh, it's Kanye West. I wonder what he's going to tweet next. He's a fucking lunatic. He's lost his damn mind. He's hit that, like, he's getting to that, like, Antonio Brown level.
Yes.
Of just bonkers crazy.
Yeah, no, this I'm not going to repeat what he said, but his interview on Fox News, let me tell you, if y'all haven't seen it.
The Death Con 3 shit was wild.
If y'all haven't seen it, go look it up. My man is off the Richter scale. Crazy.
Wild, bro. That shit was crazy. Then again, I mean, what was it? A couple years ago, we had a bunch of Philadelphia Eagles that were anti-Semites. So.
And nobody talks about that.
Your team's owned by a Jewish guy. The team's anti-Semites.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was led by Deshaun Jackson, I believe, if I recall. They got rid of him.
Sent him
to
sensitivity training and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, wild times. Wild times. Did you see the Antonio Brown post this weekend about Tom Brady? Calling him Tom Booty.
Tom Booty.
Posted the Antonio Brown waving to the fans with his shirt off, superimposed Tom Brady's face onto it. Antonio Brown is a Looney Tune.
He is a lunatic.
He is. Did you see him post a picture of him hugging Giselle?
Yeah. They made T-shirts out of it.
Bro, there is one guy that gave a shit about you in the NFL. It was Tom Brady. Like, literally, got him to New England, got him to come to Tampa Bay.
Like, got him to give him a chance.
Super Bowl ring, and then, like, dude just throwing Tom under the bus every chance he gets. You are an
Tom Brady's like,
lunatic.
He's the guy in the
What would happen if Tom Brady just clapped back at him one time?
Oh, my God.
I would lose it. I might hate Tom Brady with a passion, but if Tom Brady just clapped back one good time.
He needs to, dude.
And Antonio Brown, dude, I would lose my mind.
Tom Brady's the guy. God. Tom Brady's the guy in waiting. What the fuck did I do to you, man?
Yeah. He's like, dude, oh my God, I would kill to see a Tom Brady tweet about, like, hey, man, maybe stop whipping your dick out at people in fucking pools.
And, like, molest them and shit.
Yeah, like, that shit would, the internet would explode. But it needs to happen, though. No one's ever going to be able to put Antonio Brown in his place because he lives in his own fucking world.
Right. You have to go to a dangerous place to even get there.
That guy's crazy, bro. Holy shit.
Pretty wild stuff. We're going to talk some basketball here before we talk NFL. Blazers off to a 4-0 start.
Blazers looking good.
Lakers looking hilariously bad.
Exactly.
Shout out.
Like I thought they would.
Shout out Russell Westbrook. By the way, that Lakers roster, is maybe one of the all-time worst rosters I've ever seen.
It is, no, without a doubt. Like
they have a guy on there that was driving Uber. There was an Uber driver.
You remember when Magic Johnson helped recruit LeBron to the Lakers? And the initial thing was, we're not going to just surround him with shooters. We're going to put playmakers on the court with him, other guys that can handle some of the dribbling responsibilities. And we sat here and we're like, that's a terrible idea. You don't need people that can dribble. LeBron can just do that. You need people that can shoot the ball when he passes it to them.
Yeah.
So they had to burn that whole team down and build another team that had some shooting on it. That team won a championship. And now we're back to like, let's just put a bunch of point guards around LeBron that can't shoot it all and see what happens.
Yeah.
They are awful.
They're terrible.
They are terrible. Anthony Davis, I'm going to talk about Anthony. Russell Westbrook is what he is. Right. We kind of all expected Russ to be this version of himself that he has become. Anthony Davis is afraid of the rim. I'm convinced. You watched Anthony Davis play?
Yeah, he doesn't. He
fadeaways, jump shots, does not attack the rim. The only time you ever see him get a dunk is it gets a rebound and just puts it back. He's scared of the rim.
Yeah.
He's lost it. I mean, that whole thing of him being a top 10, top 5 player there for a little bit, that's gone. Dude is not even close.
You know what's crazy? So I watched 3 games of the Magic. No, this is kind of going off the Lakers shit. Banchero's a fucking monster, dude.
Yeah, Banchero's pretty good.
Like,
pretty good.
He's skillful enough to play in the league for sure. More importantly, he is a massive human being. Mm-hmm. He is a grown ass 21-year-old, bro.
We talked a little bit about it last week when we did our little NBA breakdown.
Yeah,
that's the shit that I'm excited about.
Yeah.
Let me watch some of these players. Let me watch some of these young kids, bro. Let me get some a little bit of diversity in my basketball fandom here, because the Lakers are done. They're toast. Who gives a shit about that team? I'm gonna go watch a bunch of other teams. It's great. Honestly, because the Lakers come on at 1 a.m. So
I hate the Lakers. You know how much I've been kind of getting enjoyment out of them sucking, because I'll forever hate the Lakers. But honestly, you won't look like the NBA playoffs is better when LeBron's in it.
All right, so I want to get your opinion on this, because you've been a giant LeBron fan for a long time, just as I have.
Yeah.
Does it seem to you, and because I've seen some of his interviews, he doesn't care? Like, he just doesn't care.
No, he definitely doesn't care. He hasn't cared for the reason why I've been kind of making fun of the Lakers so many years is he stopped caring after that bubble win with the Lakers when they won that the fake ship in the bubble. That was it for him. He's like, and the biggest tell sign you could tell that that's the case was that next contract he signed. He didn't need that money. He didn't need that guaranteed money like that. He's going to get paid no matter where he goes. He's LeBron fucking James.
Yeah.
But no, he settled for signing because he was doing those 1+1s, 1+1s, and we're like, okay, he has all the power. It makes you have to be competitive. And then he signed that little bit of long-term extension with the Lakers, and we're like, all right, well, he's given up because the Lakers roster is terrible. And I mean, honestly, what can they do?
Nothing. I mean, you can trade Russ if someone's willing to eat the last year of his deal, but you're not going to get anything back in return for him worth a shit. The fact that they turned down a deal for Buddy Hield and Miles Turner is insane to me.
It's the craziest shit.
I just don't think they care. Like I said, I really don't. Like, at the end of the day, you look at how that roster's built, and it's unwatchable basketball. Today's NBA is designed for shooting the ball. It's jump shots. It's 3-pointers. You know this. I know this. Anyone who's got eyes that's watched the game of basketball knows it's about shooting. They don't have anyone, not one player on the team that I look at and go, that guy's a good jump shooter. Not
down shooter.
One person on the entire roster. It's embarrassing. And they are going to suck so bad this year.
I'm looking at the roster right now. They have I'm not just saying this, say this. They have a terrible roster.
They run a white guy out there named Matt Ryan. So
the Kings are, you know what? You said the Kings season's done already. They're better than the Lakers. I guarantee it.
They are better than the Lakers. They are also bad, though. In all fairness, the Kings season has been done at the start of like the last 20-something seasons. It's tough times being a Kings fan. But hey, I mean, you got some pieces.
You know who was good? The New Orleans.
Yeah.
The Pelicans are good.
I told you they was about to be good. Look at the roster. How would they not be good? Look at their starting 5.
They actually went out and got some players.
How would they not be good? CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, Jonas Valanciunas. How would they not be good? Zion's got to be healthy, which he's hurt tonight because he got put on his ass. Mm-hmm. But that team, they're going to be fun to watch. They're one of the teams I'm excited about. Pretty heavy this year. But hey, man, going back to the Kings a little bit, you got De'Aaron Fox, you got Sabonis, you got a couple players worth watching. You know, It might not win a lot of games, but you got some good players.
Yeah. My Kings.
The Lakers don't. They got LeBron James. A bunch of players that piss me off already.
The Grizzlies are good.
Grizzlies are very good.
Yeah.
Ja Morant is
he's a baller.
He's wild. How about the Jazz? 3-1 start. 3-1 start for the Jazz.
That definitely will not last, but
I don't think so either. But good for them coming. I mean, what was it, Markkanen the other night dropping like 30 something points. Just wild there. Okay. So that brings me up to this.
We're gonna talk some NFL in a little bit, guys. We're on some NBA right now, but yeah, we're gonna.
We're about to jump in the NFL here in a second. I don't know if you've been watching a lot of ESPN. Why are the Clippers so heavily favored all of a sudden?
It's weird.
Have you seen?
First off, I haven't even like they're bringing Kawhi off the bench. Some very weird. I forgot he even played basketball. Honestly,
but still, think about that. Like, I get it. They're a playoff team.
Mm-hmm.
Are they better than the Warriors? How are they the favorite?
It's just like, how are the Nets the favorite every year? They can't even finish a year.
Also, glad to see Ben Simmons back out here balling, ladies and gentlemen. Back at it again. Woo! That is probably one of my highlights is watching Ben Simmons foul out
with every game. He is just bad, dude.
I am so happy. God, I've missed him.
It turns out, Remy, honestly, though, when you don't play basketball for 2 years, turns out he was working on nothing.
Yeah, I mean, he's working on his fit, you know.
He didn't add anything to his game.
He's trash.
He
so happy.
Sucks something serious.
7 points, 6 points, 4 points. And
everybody's like
twice.
Every week, the opening night, the biggest game I want to see is the Nets. And I saw Tim Legler said that on ESPN's like, I'm looking forward to seeing how the Nets look, when everybody's doubting Ben Simmons to see how he comes back. He had 2 points the first game.
Trash.
He can't score. Happy. He can't do anything.
He's big and can pass. Good for him. God, he's awful. And it makes me so happy. Yeah. I mean, NBA's back though. I'm excited. And it gives me something to do on these weekdays when there's no football on.
Also, what's the guy, the number one? I mean, he's unbelievable. Why? It starts with a W. The recruit.
Oh, the recruit kid.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce his name. But he is
he is unbelievable.
Remember how they call Kristaps the unicorn? Not a chance.
No.
This
kid is unreal. And it is a real suck off right now. Maybe the Lakers just tank it, just completely tank it.
So, speaking of tanking, did you see the report that came out about
something about they want to relegate the bottom two?
Relegation. If you finish in the bottom two, knock you down a peg, put you in the G League. What are your thoughts on NBA relegation?
I don't like it at all. I don't want the Rio Grande Zappers or in the NBA.
And I think you're fucking crazy. I want the Rio Grande Zappers in the league, baby. Let's go. Dude, hell yes. Relegate them idiots. You want to be the worst out of the worst? Get your ass down. You got to earn it. We need more G League teams if that's going to be the case. Though. You got like 8 G League teams. Dude, I don't even know.
I'll tell you what, Pickett's a hot topic.
Dude, Kenny Pickett's a hot topic. Oh, trust me. That topic will be talked about tonight. But yeah, so I don't know, man. I kind of sort of dig it a little bit, the relegation thing. I might be into it. I might be. You know what I'm into it more than? This stupid mid-season tournament the NBA is about to start doing. You seen that shit? What is that? They're going to just start doing a mid-season tournament. I don't know why, but they're just going to.
Remy, we can't have G League teams in here. Grand Rapids Gold, Motor City
have G League teams in here. The Lakers. Put the Lakers in the fucking G League.
The Santa Cruz Warriors, the Stockton. But see, a lot of these teams are their feet. I don't know why they say they have attachment to the because you can't like feed them players or anything, right?
I'm just saying, bring them up.
Westchester Knicks, the Wisconsin Herd, the Texas Legends,
bring them in.
The Sioux Falls Skyforce.
That's the team. That's my team. That's my squad right there. They about to come up and win an NBA championship.
Yeah, the talent level is crazy different, bro. Made it. What's up, Caleb? What's going on, boys? Once again, if you're there, I'm gonna give another shout again since we have some people here. If you're on Facebook, for some reason, Facebook comments does not work on here. There's something going on with the stream service that we use, StreamYard and Facebook, to where when you type in the comments, it does not pop up in our feed, so we can see it on the stream. You have to be on YouTube.
And while you're there, subscribe to.
While you're there, just subscribe. So
hit
there
the
you go.
Notifications button.
Remy, let's give the people what they want, dude. They want to talk Kenny Pickett, and
they want to talk Kenny Pickett. They want to talk about that ass whooping. I say ass whooping. That game sucked.
That game was terrible. All right, so I guess first talk about your Dolphins, and then we'll talk about the Steelers and Two Glove Pickett.
So, clearly, I'm hype. It's Sunday night for the third time in 20-something years. It's throwbacks. It's 50-year anniversary of the 72 undefeated team. Tua's back. It's electric.
Yep.
Almost all of our injured players are back. It's such a great scene. Everyone's hyped. Why the hell are there so many Steelers fans at that game?
Because Steelers fans travel, dude. They're sons of bitches.
Dude, but damn, this was supposed to be like a huge night for us, and there's damn yellow towels every damn where. Anyway, we come out. Tua's balling to begin the game. It's wild. I mean, it's like didn't miss a beat, dude. We're 20-yard pass after 20-yard pass. We're just moving right up the field. Get the touchdown. Get what maybe could have been another touchdown. We got a drop pass in there. Kick a couple field goals. Feeling good. 16 points. Pretty quick. And I'm feeling right. And then all of a sudden, it's like the ghost of Brian Flores came from out of the press box up there and started coaching that defense up. And they made some adjustments that really messed up Miami's offense.
They took away the middle of the field.
And it's like we weren't prepared for it. And we didn't do anything to counter it, really. We kept trying to attack the middle of the field, and it just wasn't working. So that game grinded to an absolute halt. Just the defense is taking over one after another. And, of course, I got to thank the one and only Kenny Pickett, the topic of the night, for throwing the ball to us almost as many times as he threw it to his own team. Really helped out.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing to come out of this game, ladies and gentlemen, the worst player in the entire NFL goes and wins the damn game. Noah Igbenogany.
He's still terrible, dude.
For those of you who may be new here, is the worst player I've ever seen.
He's terrible.
We took him
with the
first round pick. He gives up the touchdown to Pickens early in the game. I don't think he's still seen that ball. Like they probably showed him replays, and he's like, I don't see it. Where's it at? But he gets his first career interception to win the game. Couldn't be happier for him.
Tried to drop it.
He tried. But Jesus Christ. Listen, I'm at the end of the day, Tua didn't play great. He played okay. But it's just crazy that, like, I can sit here now at this point and say that a game in which Tua had 260-something yards, a touchdown, and no picks, and be like, he didn't have a good game.
No. Eli Apple is way better than this guy. I'm telling you, it's because y'all haven't watched the Dolphins.
You haven't.
I'm telling you, I know how bad Eli Apple is.
I know
he's not good.
Clips to Terry.
This kid is clueless. Igbenogany is the worst corner I think I may have ever seen in the NFL. The fact that he's still on the team is a miracle. And now y'all have to play him.
Dude, so many injuries in the secondary. He's forced to play.
He's like 5'9". He's so tiny.
He never turns around. Never turns around. to look for the ball. Not once has he done it. You could just look him up in training camp. His training camp videos are just him getting toasted over and over and over again. This kid was a first-round pick 3 years ago. This is year 3. And the only reason he gets on the field is because our undrafted free agent rookie is hurt and 3 other corners are hurt. Byron Jones hasn't played. It took literally 4 cornerback injuries for a first-round pick to get on the field. He is terrible, but he won the damn game.
When is Byron Jones coming back?
Source of contention, it appears, within the organization. He is still not practicing yet. They asked Mike McDaniel about it. They asked him about it this week, said, is he going to be practicing this week? He said no, and it's a pretty tough subject for everyone, was what he quoted. So apparently I think the organization thought he would be ready to go by now, but he is not. So who knows? He might not play this year. So that kind of sucks. I'm not the biggest Byron Jones guy, but he's
especially
better
when
than
you're paying him how much?
A lot of money. Brandon Jones, our safety, got hurt. He got put on IR today. So he's out multiple weeks. So that kind of sucks. He led the team in tackles and was second in the team in sacks. So that one kind of sucks. Old Blitz boy. But at the end of the day, in the 3-game losing streak, back to 4-3, got a couple winnable games coming up.
I think y'all have to figure out how to use the sidelines a little better. You don't really have an outside threat. You have a lot of little guys that do really well in the middle of the field.
Kind of missed Devontae Parker a little bit from that standpoint.
I think maybe y'all should try to go out and try to find a big guy.
I will say that the Cedric Wilson signing was pointless. Mm-hmm. He doesn't play wide receiver. We put in River Craycraft, the little white kid, before we put in Cedric Wilson. So he doesn't play wide receiver for us at all. They put him back there at punt returner, and he looked scared shitless every time he fielded a punt.
I'm sure there's a decent wide receiver on teams that aren't going to be doing anything this year.
So
I see a lot of people on Claypool.
Yeah, there's some talk. The issue is I don't know what the Steelers are going to want for Claypool. I think the asking price is going to be higher than what you think.
Right.
I think the names to really be on the lookout for, I think the biggest pass rusher name would be Robert Quinn. The issue with Robert Quinn is I think the Bears owe him like $18 million this year.
Damn.
And he's not young, and he hasn't been producing a whole lot this year. Now, he did lead the league in sacks last year. He had 18 and a half sacks last year.
I think there's going to be some trades, though.
I think so, too. Miami's got to get another corner. They brought in Malcolm Butler for a visit today. But I think Miami, if they're going to go all in on this, they got to go in onto a trade market.
Y'all kept getting linked to the Panthers Shaq to Shaq Thompson.
I don't think it's the biggest position in need. They need corners. They need a pass rusher, and they maybe an offensive line. Offensive linemen just don't get traded around this time. But corner and pass rush. Our pass rush is awful. It's abysmal. Outside of Jalen Phillips, no one can get to the quarterback. So I would say corner top priority and then pass rush. But I mean, I would not be upset with Shaq Thompson by any means.
Right.
But hey, like I said, man, 4-3. We're back in it. We got the Lions, who are 1-win team. Should be able to pull that
we'll
one
shift
off.
over and talk about Kenny Pickett. I'll tell you what, when I watch Kenny Pickett, he is 24, so he's a little bit older than normal. I've seen better quarterbacks than him come in and fail, for sure. I think he makes some good plays, but he also doesn't. He's still. This is his first year playing NFL football. Shit's gonna be like this, you know.
And I don't know. I don't know if the reason that his name has come up so much is because we have a bunch of Steelers fans in here.
Right.
Let's just be real. This is a rebuild year for the Steelers. And sometimes that's tough to take, but you had 18 years or whatever of Ben Roethlisberger. It's time. You got to rebuild this back up a little bit. I know he's young and he's making mistakes, but I'd much rather have my young guy in there learning how to play the game
Trubisky
than Mitch Trubisky, who's also going
Yeah.
to make the same mistakes, but it's not going to help the team in the future.
Mm-hmm.
They don't block very well on the inside. So they can't run the ball.
They don't run the ball at all,
which hurts Kenny Pickett a lot when you have a first-round draft pick in Najee Harris in the backfield and you can't run the ball. There is some Deontay Johnson looks like he's taken a step back this year. He's had some drops. Just hasn't looked like the number one receiver like he has. I will say Claypool, honestly, they probably should.
They should trade him.
They don't know what to do with him.
Yeah.
He's too big and athletic for him to be a guy that's not a bigger part of the offense.
Mm-hmm.
They do have a really good connection with the tight end, Freiermuth. He's a baller. I got tired of every damn catch the other night. Moo.
Yeah, I know.
Like, dude, goddamn, we're in Miami.
Stop.
So, but it's a rebuild year. I mean, it just is what it is. And I think, like I said, I said at the beginning of the year, I thought week 6 is when he would take over. He took over a little bit before then, but I say you just got to give the kid time, dude. Peyton Manning threw 20-something interceptions as a rookie. Like, I'm not saying the kid's Peyton Manning, but let's give him a chance here. It's the one thing about Tua that drove me crazy is people not actually giving him a chance, like just immediately trying to give up on him. Mm-hmm. So let's give the kid a little bit of time. I mean,
he still forces things because that's what rookies do. They force. Yeah. We're gonna go and Zappe. I'm going Pickett just for right now.
Pickett. I watched.
We got to see more. We gotta see what's going on with Zappe right now. I think. He possibly can be great. These young kids, you got to give them time. But also, is Zappe better than Mac Jones?
See, now that's a good question, but I don't think he's going to overtake Mac Jones. I just don't.
Yeah. So we'll see. We're gonna switch up and go to the first game of the week for NFL. And to be honest with you, the Cardinals, they ended up winning 42-34, but it's because Andy Dalton kept throwing pick sixes. Like, the Cardinals didn't look great. They were losing. They still struggled on offense. And you had the whole clip of Kyler Murray cussing his coach out, which Kyler Murray he is a little fucker, dude.
He really is.
He's just
that's got to be annoying. Dude. That's got to be annoying as hell, dude.
He told his coach to calm the fuck down.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
He thinks he is the shit. He does.
So you're in a situation right now as a Panthers fan where like the quarterback position, of course, is the big question mark. Would you take Kyler Murray?
No.
Would you want to build your team around Kyler Murray?
Because no matter how good he is, he's not built to win the playoffs. And to be honest with you, he's not built to win in the NFL because he thinks he's already the shit, bro.
He's a unique talent. I will give him that. He's unique. To me, when I watch him play, like his escapability is unlike anything you've ever seen. Like I get Lamar Jackson and what he can do with running the ball, but that escapability that Kyler can look like the play is dead and to just pull something out of his ass. And next thing you know, he's 40 yards downfield.
Yeah, but he has to do that.
But yeah, he's got good arm talent, but it's just not always there. And I honestly, like, it's weird to say it, but there's times where you watch him play and you almost just get the feeling like he truly doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
he's like smoking Jay Cutler, dude.
It's like
Jay Cutler could give a rat's ass.
He almost is the personification of the guy that just wants to make a clip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he just looks like he just wants to make some
dude,
dumb
I'm about
shit
360
happen,
no scope.
and that's all he gives a shit about.
All he cares about.
All he cares about. And it's time to go back and play some Call of Duty.
I'm telling you,
know
the routine, the mundane, the normal, the like even the film, like all that shit just doesn't pique his interest.
I'm sorry, but when that thing that came out about his contract and him having to study the playbook, that was in there for a reason. We can sit here as fans and be like, oh, that's such bullshit. I can't believe the team would do. The team they watch him every day.
They know what he's about.
His habits.
Yeah.
And clearly that was a problem. So, like, I mean, I get it. It's kind
There's
of
also
up,
a reason
but is
why
it
they
really
were
though?
pretty hesitant to give him that deal.
If I'm about to pay you $50 million, you damn right I expect you to know the playbook at the bare minimum.
Right.
So I don't know.
To study a little
him.
bit.
I don't love him, but they won the game. Like I said, Andy Dalton, a little bit of a pick six run he went on there.
Hey, still 4 touchdowns though.
Threw 4 touchdowns, and I mean he threw 3 picks. One clearly wasn't his fault.
Right.
Doinked it right off the dude's hands. But at the end of the day, who gives a shit? We got a Thursday night game that ended 42-34, baby.
Yep.
Let's go. Finally a game worth watching. Holy shit, we needed it.
Yeah, we did. Panthers beat the Bucks 21-3. We talked a little bit about that earlier. Foreman, the Panthers had the whole thing of trading Christian McCaffrey. We came out and ran the football and ran it hard. I will say Mike Evans dropped a wide open touchdown very early in the game.
He did.
But that's Mike Evans for you. He is known to do that. But more importantly, I wanted to start losing this stuff, but you can't go wrong with holding the Bucks to 3 points. Like that defense, there's some ball players on that defense.
What is wrong with Tampa Bay? What is wrong with Tampa Bay?
It's honestly, well, first off, their offensive line is not that good. Second off, they don't commit to running the football at all. Nope. They don't even try to do it. 16 carries for 46 yards. You have Leonard Fournette on the team.
I don't think they can. The issue is the interior. We talked about at the beginning of the year that the downfall of this team would be the interior of that offensive line.
And it's true.
And they can't, they literally can't commit to running the ball because they can't block anybody on the inside. Mm-hmm. So most run plays are just dead from the get. So they have to throw. And their playmakers just don't look as explosive, I mean, you got Mike Evans, you got Godwin.
It's almost like all that shit in the tabloids about Tom Brady is leaking. It's like it's affecting their play.
It's somehow having an effect on them.
Yeah,
but it is weird to see. It's odd to look at the Buccaneers, who have been Super Bowl contenders the last few years, come to Carolina and put up 3 points on a team that was giving up. Y'all are an interim coach, technically your 4th string quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You just traded your superstar running back away, and you come out and you beat the shit out of him.
By the way, shout out PJ Walker. He's not good, but damn if he didn't play a pretty good football game.
Yeah,
he made a couple good throws. He made a couple throws where I was like, it was one early on where he was rolling out left, had DJ Moore coming open with 2 guys behind him, and he still threw. It was like 15, 18 yards down the field. I was like, hold on a second. That was a great throw.
That was a real throw, especially coming off his pass chart from last week where he didn't complete a pass past the line of scrimmage.
But it's just tough for me to be like, we go from not doing that to now opening up the playbook.
That's play calling, 100%.
Yeah.
That's just play calling. Like you said, committed to running the ball. Foreman with a big
But of course, like I said, if you can run the football in the NFL, it doesn't matter. The rest of the playbook will open up.
How about, naturally, welcome to the NFL, baby, where PJ Walker and Taylor Heineke, 2 guys that were in the XFL 2 years ago, can come in on a Sunday and beat Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? The NFL is such a weird place, dude. It's so weird.
Yeah, so I guess we can go into that one next. The Packers Commanders. Packers are not good, and we keep saying it every week. And Aaron Rodgers is, first off, he's everyone knows he's a dickhead. He's literally coming out last week questioning the coach. This week he's questioning the players, saying they need to lose playing time.
He is an asshole.
Yeah.
He sucks. He sucks. I've been saying he sucks. He's a great football player. He's a bad person. He's an awful person. And now they're not talented enough to get away with that shit.
I know.
They're just not. And okay, so first off, let's talk about it. We said it at the beginning of the year. If this team is going to win football games, their running backs are going to have to play a major part.
They ran the ball 12 times.
12 times. 12 rushes.
In a 2-point game.
8 for Aaron Jones, 4 for A.J. Dillon. Those are your best players on offense. Outside of Aaron
winning
Rodgers,
at halftime.
throw the ball.
They were winning this game at halftime.
So why are we only running the ball 12 times when your best 2 offensive playmakers are your running backs?
Dude, Aaron Rodgers he's already questioned the coach. He's already questioned the whole offensive scheme. He's questioning the players and their commitment to learning the game. And he's talking about players getting benched and losing playing time. Who else is going to play, bro?
You ain't got nobody.
Yeah.
They're all gone, Aaron. You ran them out of town. All your old buddies that you wanted are either hurt or retired, and you ran all the other good ones out. It's over. I think some people called me a little crazy when I said they weren't going to be a good team this year. And they're not. They just aren't.
They're not.
The Commanders are a bad team. That's a bad football team.
But they ran the ball 38 times.
And they won the damn football game.
Yeah.
They won the game with Taylor Heineke, who, in all fairness, I said it might be an improvement for them.
It is.
But, I mean, you can't lose that game if you're Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry. They're just not a good team. They're bad.
Yeah. So,
and I love seeing it.
The Bengals beat the Falcons pretty well. Nothing really to talk about there. Joe Burrow just dropped 481.
481 on their heads.
Yeah.
Dude, holy shit.
Bengals, they're just battling. They're battling.
But I do want to mention something else. The Falcons are losing the whole game. What is up with the NFL this year? The Falcons are down the entire game.
Yeah.
They throw 13 pass attempts.
I guess he can't.
What is going on? You're down. You're losing the entire game. You're not going to win the game by running the ball 29 times when you're losing and throwing it 13. I just don't get it. I don't get the NFL.
Jamar Chase is special. Everybody knows that. Joe Burrow is a beast. Still gets sacked a good bit, but is a beast.
His stats since week 1, he threw the 4 picks in week 1. I think he since then has 16 touchdowns and 1 interception.
Yeah, pretty sick.
Nuts.
Cowboys continue to roll. They beat the Lions 24-6. And Dak came back. Nothing crazy. Respectable game. Zeke had 2 touchdowns. Tony Pollard's the better running back.
He is, and he has been.
He's been that way for a while.
He's been the better running back for maybe the last 2.5 years.
The Cowboys' defense is what is kind of getting them where they need to go. I mean, Parsons is unbelievable.
He's special. They 5 sacks, 2 interceptions. Trayvon Diggs, I get the knock on Trayvon Diggs. I understand, but I take him. He goes and gets the damn ball. And that's what I want.
Shout out Aiden Hutchinson, by the way. He got another sack and a half. He's just a ball player. Lions, they just need some things.
Yeah. They need some things.
Jared Goff's the most up and down.
They need Amon-Ra to not get hurt early in the game. They
get
need
a concussion,
a lot of things.
So they're 1-5. They're still sucking.
Still sucking.
Titans beat the Colts 19-10, and they have benched Matt Ryan. Is that right?
They have benched, not just benched. So I'm gonna let you in on a little something because I read this up today. Matt Ryan will not play again for the Indianapolis Colts. Won't play again, no matter what happens.
Really?
Will not play again. And the reason is he's got, I think it's $12 million in guarantees for next season.
Uh-huh.
If he's hurt, it's astronomically higher. So if he gets injured, his guarantees for next year skyrocket. So there's no way they put him back out there and risk him getting hurt.
Yeah.
There was some talk that they may cut him. They may just go ahead and release him so that they can get out of making sure that injury clause doesn't kick in.
Mm-hmm.
This is about as bad as you could have expected it to go.
Mm-hmm.
He leads the NFL in turnovers. And they've just been.
He fumbles a lot, dude.
A shit ton.
Yeah.
An absolute shit ton. He threw 2 more picks this week.
It's weird. They can't run the football.
Nope. Can't run the ball. They also don't commit to running the ball. This was a relatively close game once again, and you have Jonathan Taylor getting 10 carries on a 6-yard per carry average. I don't get it. I don't get it. And you go Matt Ryan, who's been struggling his ass off all year. We want you to throw the ball 44 times.
So
we're going to hand the ball.
We talked about how good Jonathan Taylor is, and we talked about how good Derrick Henry is. Look at the vast difference between carries.
Yeah. One team won. Derrick Henry, by the way, I don't know if you've
Ryan Tannehill, they won the football game with 130 passing yards.
So it was an ugly game from the Titans, like not a pretty game by any means.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you've been paying attention. Derrick Henry the last 3 weeks, 128 rushing yards on 30 carries. The previous week, 102 with 2 rushing touchdowns on 28 carries. The week before that, 114 yards on 22 carries.
Guess
with a
what?
Touchdown.
They're 4-2.
Yeah.
They're back.
Yeah. I mean, that's the key. He is literally the engine that makes them run is Derrick Henry. And God, I love seeing it. I absolutely love seeing it.
Facebook worked here.
Yeah. I noticed we had one pop up earlier.
Oh, did we? Damn, I didn't even see that. Why did Beamer not kick a field goal 1 minute left? Makes little sense.
I got no answers.
So they were thinking maybe they block it or something crazy. But guess what? You take the points.
Take the points.
If you're on the 8-yard line, and if you're a program who can't make an 18-yard kick or whatever it is,
a
23-yard, whatever, 7 yards back from a 25-yard field goal, then there's
times, and then there's not times. That was one that would have, locked the game away. It would have been just the game over, but not kicking it, giving the ball up on the downs and letting them, have hope. That was annoying. Miami did the same thing in the Sunday night game too, by the way. I don't know if you saw.
Oh, I saw it.
4th and 3, go for it instead of taking the points to go up 2 scores.
Yeah,
almost cost us the game. So that was fun watching both my teams do that this weekend. Back to Tennessee.
They're 4-2 now.
They're in it.
Turns out you give the ball to your best player, and it helps out your defense as well.
Yeah. Yep. And so that was an interesting name that came up in one of the articles I read about potential trade candidates. Caleb Farley for the Titans. They have apparently benched him. Yeah, he has been benched. So he's a name, first-round pick kind of guy.
Mm-hmm. It's weird how that, sometimes it's sink or swim out there at corner. For sure.
It can be, for sure.
Giants 6-1 continue to roll. Beat the Jags 23-17.
I think I asked you this question last week. Are they a good team?
But you know what? They do this thing now to where Daniel Jones makes timely plays, some timely third down conversions. They have Saquon Barkley. Daniel Jones actually runs the football as well. They have a really good running game, and it helps out their defense enough because they don't have any skill position guys. Like Darius Slayton and all these other Randy wide receivers, they're bad.
Just imagine if Kenny Golladay and Kadarius Toney were good.
Could do anything.
Yeah, that'd be pretty nuts. But no,
the defense is okay, not great. I still think this team has a lot of holes, but I also think that they're really well coached.
Oh, very well coached. They're also 6-1. They're 6-1. I don't think they're a good team. They're 6-1.
Yeah.
And I do think there is something to say about guys who just don't make back-breaking mistakes. And say what you want about Daniel Jones.
It's what he does.
He doesn't make
he's really never been that guy.
No.
His whole career he's never
his
really been that guy.
His ability to run the ball, his ability to run and get timely first downs and just make keep drives alive. And now Saquon playing like Saquon Barkley again. They might be a good team. This might be a good football team.
Maybe. I mean, they're 6-1, so they're going to make the playoffs because the NFC is down.
They can run with anyone.
Yeah.
That running game can run with anyone in the league. So,
and on the flip side, the Jags still missing a few things. I can't really put my finger on what, because I really like their defensive line. I think they have some good players on that side of the ball. Trevor Lawrence hasn't really taken the next step, but he also hasn't been great nor terrible.
Been bad.
He's
just kind of middle of the pack right now.
I will say that they had the big news come out where they traded away. What's the guy's name again?
James Robinson, the running back, who was just not part of the game plan this week. So it makes sense. I was sitting there throughout the game. I was like, he has 0 carries and 1 target in the passing game. I was like, what's going on? And then after the game, he got traded.
If you watch him though, and this is no knock on him, like you watch Travis Etienne, he is kind of special. He's a guy when you watch him, like, whoa, okay, this guy's he's a big dude. He's fast as hell. He runs kind of weird.
So not like a natural runner. He had a very good game. He had a very costly fumble.
Yeah,
they were about to score again, and he fumbled the ball just kind of on a play shouldn't have fumbled. Like it wasn't like stripped away from him.
Right.
But I think he opens up that offense a lot. So I see where James Robinson becomes expendable.
Yeah.
But can we also just talk about like the value of some of these players in these midseason trades like this?
It's crazy. So they got like a 6th-round pick.
So it'll end up being a 5th.
It will be.
So if James Robinson hits 600 rushing yards, it becomes a 5th. And he's already, I think, 240. So if he gets 360 rushing yards the rest of the season, it's a 5th-round pick. But you're talking about a starting caliber running back for a 5th-round draft pick. That's wild to me. So, I mean, honestly good for both teams. The Jaguars can fully commit to ETN.
Right.
And the Jets get a running back that they're going to need.
So, for sure. Ravens, Browns. The Browns are 2-5 all of a sudden. And they're kind of sliding. The Ravens bounce back and win 23-20. Weird game.
What's wrong with Lamar Jackson all of a sudden? Since week four,
I don't know.
His QBR is a 48.
Yeah, not great.
He's not been having his.
He only had 9 completions.
Yeah. He's just not been himself. Mark Andrews, 0 catches. Weird.
Very weird.
Very weird. So that's something they got to figure out because clearly, they won the game, but this is not a very good Browns team right now. And they squeaked this one out. So,
yeah.
What was it? There was a false start called on a field goal attempt for the Browns. They didn't move. I'm sorry. I've seen the video of it.
Right.
They didn't move. They didn't move. They didn't move. The Ravens moved. No one on the Browns moved, and they called a false start on the kick. So that was a tough one to take. But hey,
if you look at a lot of these games, kind of going to a team is not too great. We're talking about the Jets and Broncos. The Broncos, like, just weird stats. Like, these teams are getting away. Zach Wilson is somehow 5-2.
Yeah, and he doesn't complete passes either.
Yeah.
I
will say Breece Hall, like I was hyping him up.
Mm-hmm.
He came out. He's been balling. He tore his ACL on a big play.
Yeah, it's apparently pretty nasty knee injury.
Yeah.
Torn ACL, and I think there's some other damage in there as well. So that's a tough break. He had been absolutely killing it for that team.
Yeah. And Michael Carter, he's a good backup. Don't get me wrong. He's not a good running back, clearly.
So they get James Robinson now. So we shall see. I mean, they're 5-2. They're sitting pretty.
They're also really well coached. They have a really great. I like their defensive minded head coach. Used to coach for the 49ers. Sauce Gardner is a beast.
He's unreal.
Yeah,
he is as advertised. What a great draft pick he has turned out to be. They really nailed this draft between him and Breece Hall. If Breece Hall can get back to being healthy, they really nailed this draft. So I hate it, but they're a good team. They're 5-2.
And on the flip side, the Broncos bench Melvin Gordon, and now they bring him back and give him the most carries on the team. They're just a terribly ran, coached, and everything organization right now. They had to play Brett Ripon, and not great. But
there's no way the coach makes it through the season.
No,
there's no way.
This roster's 2-5.
Do you know? All right. The last time I think I've seen a coach this kind of clueless this far into the season. You remember when the 49ers brought up Tom Sula?
Yeah.
Like offensive line guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, this guy has no clue what he's doing. He's just not a head coach.
He was like spitting on himself and stuff.
He like had no idea.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is what this is. Like I watched, of course I had no freaking choice but to watch so many Broncos games.
Yeah.
And they suck.
And they still, by the way, they still have like
9:30 on ESPN Plus Sunday morning because they're in London. So, naturally I'm an idiot and I'm just going to sit there and watch it because I'm stupid. But they suck. And their coach is clueless. Yeah. He is absolutely clueless. This team has so much talent for them to be this bad. There's teams reaching out to them to try and get some of their pieces off of. I don't know if you've seen, but teams are out there. They're trying to pull Judy. They're trying to pull KJ Hamler.
Dude, if I was you, I would be trying to get Chubb.
And Bradley Chubb.
Bradley Chubb's a stud.
He's another name that's getting thrown out there. So we'll see if they turn into sellers. It's pretty tough to turn into sellers when you committed that much draft picks and everything to get that quarterback.
I think they probably don't. I think they'll just restart next year with a new head coach and try to hit that
try it over again. Yeah.
But we'll see. Raiders Texans. Raiders won 38-20. Josh Jacobs went crazy. You could tell it's Josh Jacobs' contract year. Because he has been going bananas.
And they turned down the 5th-year option, so he is full-on free agent at the end of this year. Yeah. He is killing it. And the Texans are bad, just like we thought they would be. They are a bad football team. Yeah. But yeah, Josh Jacobs has been on an absolute.
You see the thing where Brandon Cooks is liking posts and stuff. They're talking about maybe they might trade him.
I feel bad for the guy because he's been moved so many times in his career for a guy who's been as good as he's been. But you got to get out of there. You just you gotta get out of Houston.
I agree.
Sorry, bud. It's just nothing for you there.
I'm gonna get you out of there. Yeah. So I mean, it was kind of irrelevant football game. Seattle beats the Chargers 37-23. The Chargers pissed me off more than any team in the world. But look at Seattle, dude. Seattle with Geno Smith. By the way, Geno Smith, as bad as I want to rip on him, he's actually been pretty damn good this year.
He's been killing it. Yeah. I don't understand.
And
I don't get it. The NFL doesn't make sense, Terry. We've talked about it all night. It doesn't make any damn sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
How is he good all of a sudden?
It doesn't make any sense that Kenneth Walker fell as far as he done. Kenneth Walker is a monster.
I picked Kenneth Walker to be Rookie of the Year, by the way.
Yeah. He is my
pick for Rookie of the Year. If he keeps this up, I'm looking pretty damn good, son. But it's the Seahawks, so when Rashad Penny comes back from injury next year, they'll probably name him the fucking starter because they don't know what the hell they're doing with running backs.
Facts.
This was something. This was a football game. If you're the Chargers, if you are a Chargers fan, first off, J.C. Jackson, who's been almost unplayable after signing that huge contract, ripped his leg off. He's out for the season. Dislocated kneecap, gone. Mike Williams, I don't know if you saw Mike Williams' leg on that tackle. They're calling it a high ankle sprain, which is weird because part of his foot got left on the turf when they left the stadium. His leg was so
mangled
on this tackle, and they're saying it's a high ankle sprain.
Dude.
His leg was not pointing the right way. And so they're saying he's out for a couple of weeks. Austin Eckler just scoring touchdowns, 12 catches for Austin Eckler. I want to talk about something, though.
It's time.
I want to talk about something. I want to bring something up because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I get it. Justin Herbert, he's a big, tall, white dude who throws with his right hand and can throw the ball very far.
Yes.
What has he actually done?
He throws the ball really far for me.
What's his career record?
I mean, Justin Herbert's a good football player.
He's 19-19 in his career. He's a 500 football player.
He's also had he went from having the worst coach in the NFL to now one of the worst coaches in the NFL.
I want to talk about it. Wins, baby.
I'm not letting you get away with that.
Tua is 10-2 in his
I will
last
say
12 games. I don't want to talk about it. The Chargers suck, dude. The Chargers suck. Can we just say what it is? Can we say what it is? They suck. That team is. There is not. If you look at the roster, if I put the Chargers roster up on the screen, you'd be like, "Holy shit, that's a good team." Outside of the offensive line and injuries, but the offensive line hasn't even been playing that bad.
Right.
Herbert, Eckler, Mike Williams. I mean, Keenan Allen was back this week. Gerald Everett's a hell of a tight end. Defensively, Derwin James, Khalil Mack, Asante Samuel Jr., Kyle Van Noy. They are dog shit. They lost. Seattle's way better than I thought they would be. But if you're the Chargers, you had a chance to win this game, go to 5-2. They would have been 5-2. They haven't played very well, but they would have been 5-2. Now they're sitting at 4-3. They got smacked in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Herbert threw the ball 51 times for 293 yards.
Speaking of getting smacked, the 49ers got smacked by the Chiefs 44-23. Nothing to really talk about here. Chiefs are good. They're really
They're just fucking good, dude. It's annoying. It's annoying. I said, we talked about the Packers and even the Ravens to an extent. It's like, do wide receivers matter? Like, you need wide receivers. Mm-hmm. The Chiefs said, fuck it. No, you don't.
Yep. And then we're going to end it on, of course, the Bears on Monday night going to Gillette and absolutely whipping the shit out of the Patriots and embarrassing them. The Patriots have a whole quarterback thing going on, but more importantly, they let Justin Fields complete 13 passes.
That's unacceptable. It is unacceptable to let Justin Fields complete 10 passes against you.
He also fumbled the ball for Justin Fields. So Justin Fields, he fumbled 4 times. They fumbled 5 as a team. Weird game. He literally just kind of ran around and made shit up.
Completed 13 passes, ran the ball 14 times. And honestly, it was his best game I think he's ever played. If I'm going to be honest with you, it was probably his best game.
Oh, for sure.
And they beat the shit out of him. It was not the Patriots. So, because I do want to touch on this a little bit more in the Mac Jones, Bailey Zappi thing. It is so annoying watching Bill Belichick in any sort of interview or anything trying to understand where the mindset is on what they're doing. So Mac Jones, incumbent starter, really good rookie year. Kind of a slow start to this year. I think we all expected that. Their fucking offensive coordinators are 2 bad coaches.
Defensive coaches.
They're bad defensive coaches are their offensive coordinators, and they don't have great pass-catching weapons. So I think we kind of expected Mac Jones to not have a tremendous year this year.
Right.
Has the high ankle sprain, comes back, starts the game. Starts off slow, 3 for 6, throws a pick. Belichick immediately pulls him, throws Zappi out there. Zappi comes in, has the big touchdown pass. Awful throw.
Yeah,
great catch, but scored a touchdown. Patriots score back-to-back. Everything's looking good. And all of a sudden, they turn into absolute dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
Zappi throws 2 picks.
Well, to be fair, as bad as the Bears are, they still have Roquan Smith on defense.
Yeah, he's pretty damn good.
I don't know if the Bears should be disrespecting my man's because he is like a fucking beast.
It's unreal that they don't want to pay him. But I guess what I kind of get to is, who do you pick? Are you going back to Mac Jones? Are you going with Bailey Zappi? Because Bill Belichick's like, if they asked if Mac Jones is healthy, is he the starting quarterback? That's a hypothetical question.
If Mac Jones
your starter,
if he's healthy, then yes. That's all. That's how I would answer it. If Mac Jones has a tweak or he's still nursing an ankle, let him rest. You're not going to win with a fucking 75% Mac Jones.
Yeah, and you're not that good of a team anymore.
Right.
So, like, this whole thing that they're trying to turn it into a controversy, I don't think it's a controversy.
They're well on their way to winning, what did we say, 7 ball games?
6. I said 6.
I said 7.
That was my hot take. It was 6 in a retirement from Bill Belichick. But I think, dude, let's be real. It's the people that are saying Zappi should be the starter. Come on. Mac Jones last year was your darling.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden you're just.
And to be fair, Mac Jones was really good last year.
Yeah.
He had some times. He's a young guy, dude. What are you going to do?
He's a young guy with, like you said, defensive coordinators for offensive coaches. I tell you what, Old Stevenson looks good.
Their running back's good.
Their running back.
But also, that team is just not good.
They're not that good.
Top to bottom, that team is just not that good.
But also, the Bears are not very good. And they beat the shit out
at their place.
It was tough if you're a Patriots fan. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I think you got to stick with Mac Jones. This whole Zappy thing, it almost feels very Cooper Rush thing with the Cowboys. It's like, oh yeah, he looked good when he played, but like he was a late pick, and I think for a reason.
Hey, I wish the kid nothing but the best, but I don't think you can pull the rug from Mac Jones like that
this quickly. Yeah, it's a little bit much.
So here's the real question before we get out of here: am I waking up at 6:30 in the morning to watch the Broncos play the Jaguars?
You shouldn't,
but I probably will.
Don't do it, dude. Just don't do it. Don't do it. It's in London. It's two teams that are just gonna suck. I think you should do it. I changed my mind.
Honestly,
you should watch it.
I'll wake up and I'll lay around and I'm like, damn, dude, I'm missing the bands. I'm missing I'm missing the jokes on Twitter.
As much fun as this is, I think the best parts of it all are when we can just rag on teams and bad players and just awful coaching. It's one of my favorite things to do. As being a fan of the teams that I'm a fan of, I get to watch it a lot. So being able to make fun of someone else's bad coaching decisions makes me very happy.
So there's a couple topics that I will never want to take away from today's podcast. And it's Aaron Rodgers is a dickhead.
Number one.
The NFL is a weird place. And Russell Westbrook sucks at basketball. So please.
Agreed. And don't put your punter on the hands team ever.
Honestly,
I think you run 10 people out there instead.
We need some explanation. We need him in front of a camera.
That's what I'm saying.
He needs to answer these questions.
How did no one get asked this in any type of interview?
We saw you didn't get the onside kick. Was there a reason why Kai Kroger was on the hands team?
Was there a reason your punter was in such a critical position on the onside kick recovery team? In no world. None. You stick an offensive lineman out there before you do the punter. At least they'll go hit somebody. He just stood there. Oh shit, they got it.
Who's playing Thursday?
Who's playing Thursday?
Do we have a Thursday night game?
We do. It's Baltimore, Tampa Bay. Tom Brady.
We'll probably come on and talk. We'll probably do like the halftime thing. We'll see how it's going. You want to do that?
Tom Brady. Oh, for sure. Tom Brady has not lost 3 games in a row in 305 consecutive games. So it's literally been 20 years since he's lost 3 games in a row. If they lose this one, it will be 3 straight losses. The next closest, they showed the stat on ESPN today, was Joe Montana with 155 games without 3 losses in a row. So please let Tom Brady lose 3 games in a row. But yeah, no, I'm down. I'm definitely down. I'm not going nowhere.
So if y'all want to come hang out with us while we watch Prime Video, we are looking at maybe starting a Twitch up so we can stream it with our faces on it.
Everything. It's literally the end of the podcast.
We're literally ending the podcast.
Literally end.
I made it. What did I miss?
Catch us on Thursday.
Hey, or when we end this thing, you can go back and rewatch it.
I mean, it's on the tubes, dude. It's on YouTube.
You're there already. You
Just throw it up.
Had a JV football game tonight, and we went, dude, let's go. I mean, that's definitely more important.
That's what I'm talking about.
You gotta
coach
them up. Coach them up. Got to. Future pig sueys.
Suey.
But that's cool, dude. But shout out each and every one of you guys. Thanks for coming in. Maybe they did fix the Facebook issue, it appears. We'll see.
Get some comments.
We did get a couple of Facebook comments in here. Ruben, you got anything to say before we get out of here?
See y'all on Thursday.
See y'all on Thursday.